Why is low fat so important?
Low fat isn't important. We don't actually want to be low. We want to be in the mid range of the suggested or the recommended zone. Low is a phrase we use to compare it to everybody else who's on a high fat diet. But the healthy recommended range is between 5 to 15%, depending on the health expert you might ask. We see the best performance in terms of nutrient uptake, transport, and delivery, in terms of oxygen transport and delivery, uh, when the fat intake, dietary fat totals range somewhere between 5 and 15%, with 10 being about optimum. So I like to keep my fat intake as an average below about 10% of calories because I'm more energetic, I recover more rapidly, I get fuel to my cells better at that point than I do any other way. So I feel more energy, I have greater endurance. Uh, all the right things happen, all our body physiology and all our bodily chemistry ticks along best at a fat intake that runs of somewhere around high single digits.
So 10% isn't too low, even for women?
No, actually, the although men may be from Mars and women from someplace else, um, no one is recommending that men eat a different diet than women. We don't see that model in nature. The men eat the same as the males eat the same as the females in the vast majority of species, unless they're somehow physiologically very different. What we see does change, though, is the total number of calories consumed. Typically, men eat almost 50% more calories than women, being almost 50% larger than women. And and if you're an active person, you eat even more calories. But the percentage of protein, fat, and carbohydrate ratios to each other, that doesn't need to change in any way. No,
Great. Thank
it's
you,
kind
Doc.
of like your car. You use more gas some weeks and less gas other weeks, but your car runs really well on gas. You don't change over to orange juice if you're going to drive really far. Or it always wants to be gas. It's just how much gas. And for us, staying at that, keeping our fuel, which is carbohydrates, keeping that above 80%, keeping the fats and proteins down under 10, puts us in the recommended range and right into the midpoint of the recommended range for optimum health.
Thank you, Dr. Graham.